Welcome back, everyone. I am the Depressed Eeyore, and this is Arkham Horror the card game, doing the Dark Matter custom campaign with Jenny Barnes and Diana Stanley. So, unfortunately, my internet is doing maintenance, so I have no internet connection. So, I guess I'll be playing some of this while I'm waiting. So, I don't know if that's going to break anything as far as tabletop simulator is concerned, but it looks like things have loaded, so we'll see how it goes. All right, so we're doing Strange Moons. So far, we've done pretty well in the other stuff. We do have 2 Elder Thing tokens now, but we only have 2 Impending Doom, so I guess there's that. Strange Moons. Humanity's first contact with the extraterrestrials was in the early 21st century when a lunar expedition stumbled upon a vast underground network of alien structures underneath the Sea of Regolith. The Greys, as humanity has come to know them, were under the guise of a curious species that came to our solar system to observe and probe the young civilization. The true purpose of their lunar activities have remained concealed for many years. Maya information and archives. You look out the viewports and can see only dense orange clouds for most of the descent. Only after the landing shuttle dipped into the troposphere that the clouds are thin enough for you to peer at the ground below. Miles and miles of wind-swept dunes of methane snow, broken by knife-like volcanic ridges of icy stone, open craters belching lava flows of liquid water, ammonia, and methane that freeze into fantastic shapes as they pour down the slopes. You could never have dreamed of anything like the beauty and alien landscape of Titan. The craft lands smoothly onto a flat slab of ice. After K2PS187 confirms that this is the coordinates of the unusual business trips that cultists were conducting, you suit up, open the hatch, and step out into the harsh terrain. A large tunnel nestled between the orange cliffs greets you. A green glow pulsates from within, illuminating a strange figure guarding the entrance. All right. Looks like we don't need to do anything additional. On the second page, there is some rules about sealing tokens. Patrol, which is essentially hunter, but it goes after a specific objective rather than investigators, though it could be investigators. Brain scanning, which is just a new scan ability where you have to match two. You have to have 2 matching icons, and a card that contains only 1 or 2 icons is invalid and cannot be chosen for the scan. The card in the scanning deck must contain both the indicated icons in any order. Combined skill test. These was just you combine 2 of your skills, and I believe you can use any skill cards that apply to either skill check. It's a bit different from doing like a break-in and entering, though. And then there's some rules about replacing locations, which we've done before. All right. So we got the counter deck, a scanning deck, and then we have 4 agendas. Agenda 1A, Moons of Saturn, Titan to whose immortal eyes the sufferings of mortality seen in their sad reality were not as things that gods despise. Do not draw cards from the encounter deck during the Mythos phase, 3 doomed to advance. And then we have 2 acts. Act 1A, first encounter, a small, slender, non-threatening humanoid with large eyes and a round, bald head guards the entrance of the facility. They do not speak, only ogles you from afar. You cannot leave the entrance tunnel. If there are 2 or more 2 clues on this act, or after the Greys is defeated, advance. And then for the tokens, skulls are -2 if you fail to deal 1 damage to a brain story asset. Cultist -2 if you revealed another chaos token during this test, take 1 horror. Tablet is revealed 2 additional tokens, which we don't need to worry about. And then Elder Thing is -3, and if this is an attack or evasive attempt against a Byakuya enemy, reveal an additional token for this test. So yeah, the cultists can potentially do horror through the use of the Elder Thing tokens. If we had gone to this one first, then the cultist would literally just be a -2. Unless, of course, you're using something like Eyes of the Dreamer or Jacqueline Fine, I suppose. Anyway, with that, let me go ahead. Oh, actually, we got some stuff here. We got the entrance tunnel, a high-ceilinged chamber with walls covered with shadowy lattices. Ghostly light filters dust-filled air, atmosphere turning the color of blood. Same thing here. So there's entrance tunnel and alien chambers, but they have both the same flavor text. And then over here we have the grays: alien, humanoid, aloof, 4 fight, 4 evade, 1 health, action, parlay, test, willpower, intelligence 3. Or sorry, both. It's a combined one, which is willpower plus intelligence 3. Reveal and resolve an additional chaos token for the skill test. If you succeed, place 1 clue on the current act from the token bank. The iconic and archetypical image of an extraterrestrial as humans have imagined for centuries hits for 1 horror. Alright, I forgot to reset some stats here, so I'm going to do that now. I do have 2 additional resources thanks to Another Day, Another Dollar, and everything else should be good to go. So let me put a break here. Alright, break made. I'm going to go ahead and shuffle these decks, and then we'll shuffle Diana's deck and draw. Alright, starting with the 45 is nice. I don't really need any of the rest of this stuff for right now. Three, 4, and 1 more. Alright, starting with the Spectral Shield is nice. Having a 45 is nice. Mercy Cash. And of course the Take the Initiative. So, not too shabby. No backpack though. But we at least have a gun to fight with. Alright, and then over here with Jenny. Alright, already starting with Easy Mark, a True Awakening. Always nice. I don't think I want to start with a Honed Instinct, so we'll do this. Well connected. We can try to do something with that. Okie dokie. That is everybody. So let's go ahead and investigation phase, and we'll flip this location. Entrance tunnel, 3 shrouds, 0 clues. Action, resign, return to the tattered Amalian with all your findings. The caverns between the cliffs gleam in a slick and biomechanical texture, undoubtedly artificial, but unlike any architecture you've ever seen. Okay, so we would need to parlay twice to deal with this guy. So we'll try to make something happen here. So I'm going to go ahead and fast out a Spectral Shield. I will go ahead and spend 4 to get out a 45 automatic. Should I do it that order? No, let's not do that in that order. Instead, we'll do the parlay now. So right now it is willpower and intelligence. So I'm 4 to 3 right now. I'll do Take the Initiative. That'll bring me to 7 to 3. Alright, I do pass. Let me put 1 clue from the token bank. Oh, sorry, place 1 clue on the current act from the token bank. Okay. And then now I'll do the 45 automatic and follow it with a Mercy Cash. Okay. No scanning available just yet, so can't do anything with that. Alright, Jenny. So I can usually go 6 to 3 with this. It is still possible to fail though. Let's go ahead and open with an Easy Mark. 2 resources and a card. Thank you. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'll go 6 to 3 on the parlay. Good to go. 1 second. Okay, good to go. So we push a clue onto this, and we advance. The fungi from Yugoth. The gray alien suddenly dissolves into an array of light. You realize now that it was only a hologram. A large crustacean-like entity crawls out of the shadows from behind it. You remember these aliens, the Migo, who will often use manufactured disguises when dealing with humans to appear less threatening. Another hologram animates into life. It exhibits the shapes of several humans exchanging jars of brains for stacks of golden plates and other minerals. This must have been the recording of the cultists' negotiations. With its fungoid arms, the alien gestures towards the strange facility as if inviting you. Flip the grays to its other side. Transfer any damage tokens on it to its other side. Alright, Migo Scientist. Migo, 4 combat, 4 evade, 3 health, aloof patrol, any connecting location. Lightning Bolt exhausts Migo Scientist, resolve an action ability on Migo Scientist location, ignoring its action costs. Investigators at any location may trigger this ability. Victory 0, hits for 1 and 1. Alright, each investigator with 3 or fewer memories takes 1 horror. We have 8 and 5, so we're fine on that front. Advance to Agenda 2A and Act 2A. Do not remove any Doom from play. Remove all Doom from Agenda 1 to Agenda 2A. Add 2 Doom to the Agenda 2A for each tally mark under impending Doom in your campaign log. So we're going to be starting with 4 Doom. That's a lot of Doom. Alright, so yeah, we just go directly to it, right? Yeah. Signs of Aldebaran. The hard white speck of the sun shines brighter now, drowning out the rest of the stars, paling them and thinning them out. The harsh atmosphere permeates throughout the Migo facility. When a brain story asset is defeated, remove it from the game and add 1 tally mark under impending doom in the campaign log. And then over here we have Secrets of the Mind. This outpost appears to be a human brain storage facility of some kind, perhaps using the Migo machines to scan the brains obtained by the cultists will help determine fragments' whereabouts. If a simulation location has no clues on it, out of the victory explode, find as much information as possible from the brain cylinders in this facility. If each undefeated investigator has resigned, advance. Okie dokie. Let's go ahead and resolve an action ability on Migo Scientist location, ignoring its cost. Well, not going to be that helpful right now. I will go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and spend 2 to go ahead and get out the well-connected. Maybe we'll actually use it. Alright, enemy we do need to resolve the patrol. I'll have it go to a connecting location. Upkeep. Backpack. Self-centered. I can live with that. Mythos. 5th Doom already. Simulation discrepancy. Put simulation discrepancy into play in your threat area. When you would discover any amount of clues, discover 1 fewer clue, take 1 horror, and discard it instead. Okay. Blunder obstacle. Alright, over here. Cold vacuum. Oh boy. Not much I can do about this. I'll use well connected, which will get me to 4-3. Oh, actually, I could spend 2 because I do have some. We're in the same location, so I'll spend 2 with Diana here, and we'll just shuffle this back into the deck because I don't want to lose any assets here. And then this will get put in the basement. Gain a resource. Draw a card. Okay. Yeah, other investigators can do stuff here. Let's see. Yeah, other Diana can do stuff to Jenny, but Jenny can't do anything to help Diana. All right, investigation phase. I'll start with Diana. I will spend 1 to get out a backpack and search top 12. Virtual access key, survival knife. And I guess a Time Lord brand. Okay. I'll go ahead and move up Brain storage, 4 shrouds, 0 clues. After you reveal brain storage, attach each set-aside brain story asset to it. All right. So each of these are brain cylinders. They are brain type A, and they each have a symbol associated with it, and they all have 2 health. Brain cylinder 114, a cursory translation of the inscription reveals that this brain has been deemed unusable. You wonder what that means. The alien inscription on this cylinder has faded away. This one must be decades old. And then this one here is on the glass of the cylinder is marked an obviously human inscription. The symbol you've come to know as the yellow sign. And then the action here is choose a brain story asset in play and attach the chosen asset to any interface location, which right now we don't have any interface locations. So what I think I will do investigation at any location may activate this ability. Cool. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and move up to here, I guess. See what this place is about. All right, Dream Diagnostics, 3 shrouds, 0 clues. Action, if reality simulator is in place, scan, search the scanning deck for a card with both this location icon and the icon on a brain story asset attached to this location. Draw it. If it is a location, put that location into play on top of reality simulator. Limit to brain story assets attached to this location. Okay, so we have to attach multiple brains, essentially. Okay. Let's, right now, reality simulator is not in play, so we can't do anything with that. I'm going to go ahead and go to Jenny's turn and move. As a lightning bolt, we'll go ahead and see if reality simulator is in place. Scan. Search the scanning deck for a card with both this locations. Okay, the location of this icon and that thing. Okay, we can make that work. So we will go ahead and attach the 114 over here because it is an interface. And this. So I'm doing this as a lightning bolt, so I'll exhaust this guy because he can activate this location for me. And then I'm going to move up this way. So this is the reality simulator, 3 shrouds, 0 clues. Reminder, reality simulator is not in play while there's a location on top of it. The MiGo have perfected this advanced form of augmented reality, a machine capable of recreating any dream in memory. All right, and then I'm going to go ahead and move to here, and then I'll go ahead and take advantage of the scan from this thing. So it'll be this location and the brain story asset, which is going to be the puff and the equal sign. And it's going to get placed attached. It's going to put that card on top of reality simulator. For the sake of sanity, I'm just going to do this and set it aside for now. Adrift in space, 2 shroud, 2 clues. After you reveal a +1, 0, or Elder Sign token while investigating this location, reveal and resolve an additional chaos token for this skill test. Simulation Nightmare, there's nothing as frightening as knowing your inevitable demise without any hope of recovery. Okay. This is actually really neat because I can do Intel Report next round and keep going from there. The question is, How many things do? Oh, actually, we can attach what, two brain? Yeah, we can attach 2 brains to this thing. Problem is, we might not. We don't have the symbols for the next thing, but I think we still get to. Yeah, it still searches the scanning deck for a card with both these. Okay. All right. That is everybody. We'll go to enemy phase. This guy's exhausted, so he's not going to patrol this round. We'll go to upkeep. Okay, and then upkeep. Okay, Honed Instinct. That'll be good. 6 Doom. Alien Aid, Migo Pact. Put Alien Aid into play in your threat area. Lightning Bolt, take 2 horror. If Migo Scientist is in play, you may ready it and move it to any location. Discard Alien Aid. Cool. That's actually kind of helpful. Thank you. And then over here, Innocent Mishap, Blunder. You must either choose one. Deal 1 damage to the nearest brain story asset. Deal 2 damage to Migo Scientist. Or take 2 direct damage. Not much I can do with that. To the nearest brain story asset. Alright, we'll put a damage on this brain. I don't want to take 2 direct damage right now. Alright. And I could do this skull damage on any brain story asset that's in play, so any of them will be fine. Alright, investigation phase. I'm going to start with I'll start with Jenny. Oh, actually, 1 second. Last round I did do a successful scan. I should have drawn a card. I apologize. Alright. Let's go ahead and, yeah, we'll start with Jenny. I'm going to go ahead and spend 6 resources to do a intel report and grab both the clues from this location. Alright, when a brain... Okay, don't need to worry about that part. If a simulation location has no clues on it, you add it to the victory display. So this will go here, and the location that's underneath it will come back like this. Alright, next I'm going to go ahead and Lightning Bolt, exhaust the Migo Scientist, and attach another... Yeah, and we'll attach the red one here. Okay, and then I will also take advantage of the free scan here, and we'll scan again. So we got some options. We'll see what we got. Puff, equal, and square. Nope. Puff and square. And this one has victory 1. Alright, 3 Shroud, 2 clues, City of Cats, Simulation Dreamlands, Action Parlay, discard 1 card of each card type, asset event skill from your hand, heal 1 mental trauma, group limit once per game. Feels like a dream you've had before. Unfortunately, I do not have a single skill card in Jenny Barnes' deck, so there's no way for me to activate this thing. Alright, I successfully scanned, so I will go ahead and draw a card. Perfect. And then let's go ahead and move over. Yeah, I think I'm going to move over at this point. I mean, I don't have much of a choice here, so yeah, I'll move over. I will fast out a magnifying glass, and then I'm going to investigate. Currently, we are 4-3. Actually, no, before we do that, yeah, we'll do 4 to 3. I will spend 2 to go 7 to 3. 7 to 3. That is 5 to 3, which is unfortunately not enough for me to get an extra action. Actually, no, sorry, I'm an idiot. Well, I'll still get that clue regardless, but actually, I can go ahead and play Honed Instinct off of the magnifying glass I played. So I'll just do Honed Instinct for free, because I have Impulse Control and Force of Habit, giving me 2 more actions. I'm going to go ahead and just do True Awakening and get that last clue. And draw 2 cards. There's our Sacrificial Beast. 1, 2, 1, 2. Alright, we'll put you over here. Alright, and then this will go to the victory display. Get replaced this thing. Alright, and then my last action, I'm going to go ahead and so we can move. We can attach things to this side. We do know that there's these this combination. So yeah, last action, I'm going to move over this way. This is the memory scanner. 3 shroud, 0 clues. Action if reality simulator is in play. Scan, and same thing as before. You can put brains on this and do things with it. All right. Goes to Diana. I'm going to go ahead and just move down. I'm going to go ahead and spend 2 to go ahead and grab myself a survival knife. And last action, I am going to go ahead and we'll go ahead and attach this brain to over here because I can do that action here. Okay, so we know those symbols. We still need to do stuff at the alien chamber. This chamber apparently also has things you can do with it, which is completely fine. All right, that is everybody. We'll go enemy phase. Enemy's not going to do anything. Upkeep. And then I'll get 1 less resource here, unfortunately. This will get this removed from play. Yeah, I unfortunately wasted 2 resources. That was just bad play on my part. 7th Doom. Toxic Pits. Test double agility, 3. Reveal and resolve an additional token for this skill test. If you fail, deal 1 damage to each investigator, asset, and enemy at your location. Not much I can do about it, so it's going to be 6 to 3, and I have to reveal 2 tokens. We pass. Okay, over here. Call to the void. I still only have 2 impending doom, so we're good on that front. But it will surge. Parasite. Parasite cannot be disengaged. 2 fight, 2 health, 3 evade. A cruel pest skitters forth in an undulating wave of claws, teeth, and mottled scales. Alright, so we're engaged with this thing. Which isn't the end of the world. I can bum rush it a couple of times, maybe. Alright. Investigation phase. I'm going to go ahead and start with Diana. We'll move over. Also, this guy didn't move again because he was exhausted. This is the Communicator. 2 shrouds, 0 clues, action scans or scanning deck for a card with both this location's icon and the icon of a brain story asset attached to this location. Draw it. Limit 2 brain story assets attached to this location. Okay. I will go ahead and fight. I get engaged by the Sacrificial Beast. I will fight the Sacrificial Beast. I will use my 45 automatic. This will put me at 5-4. And I'm going to commit both of these. So this will be 9-4. Alright, we pass by a bunch. This dies. I did 4 damage to this thing. Yeah, I did 4 damage to it. Alright, get another Spectral Shield, which we'll hold on to for now. I will do the Lightning Bolt action here to go ahead and grab this brain and move it over to here. I will go ahead and take advantage of the scan myself. And investigate, or scan this, sorry. So it's going to be those 2 symbols, which will be this. The teacher. A hazy voice sounds out the machine and introduces themselves as an elementary school teacher. They had been abducted by cultists over 100 years ago during the Great Cataclysm. If a hiding place is in the victory display, add this to the victory display. Otherwise, heal 1 horror and shuffle this back into the scanning deck. Okay, so we have to get a hiding place, which we don't have. So I heal 1 horror, which doesn't matter, and get shuffled back into the scanning deck. It is still classified as a successful scan, so I will draw a card from this. Thank you. And then for my last action, I'm going to go ahead and spend 2 to get out the virtual access key. Alright, over here with Jenny, I will go ahead and spend 2 to Bum Rush. We'll go 6-3. I pass by 3, so I do 1 damage to this thing, and we evade it. It will stay engaged with us, though. Next, I will go ahead and scan. This will be diamond, and it'll be diamond and triangle. A mutiny. Three shroud, 2 clues. Action, deal 1 damage to brain cylinder 367. Each investigator at this location adds 1 tally mark next to their memories. Group limit once per game. The mutiny did not go as planned. The fringe cultists who opposed the awakening of Tasilda were quickly outnumbered and slaughtered, but their brains would be kept. Neat. Alright, for my last action, I'm just going to move over. Alright, enemy phase. It's exhausted, so it doesn't do anything. This guy's exhausted. We'll unexhaust him now. Upkeep. Mythos, we do advance. They came from above. A roar of no creature on earth resounds throughout the facility. A myriad of flying wings blot out the sun, swooping towards the facility. The lights within the chambers take on a darker bluish hue, what you assume must be the Miko's equivalent to an alarm. You realize now that you are in the midst of an interstellar assault. Shuffle the set-aside interstellar predators encounter set into the encounter deck along with the encounter discard pile. This is indicated by the following icon. Discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until a Byakhee enemy is discarded. Spawn it at the entrance tunnel. That is a Byakhee. And we'll spawn it down here. Vicious Byaku. Monster Byaku spawns at the entrance tunnel. 4 fight, 2 evade, 4 health. Patrol nearest location with a brain attached. At the start of the enemy phase, if the Vicious Byaku is ready, deal 2 damage to each Migo enemy and brain story asset at its location. The more you know. Alright. So we got that to deal with. Okie dokie. And then over here we have Flight of the Byakis. The large creatures with membranous wings and webbed feet spiral down towards the facility, ready to strike at any moment. When a brain story asset is defeated, remove it from the game and add 1 tally mark under impending. Yeah, same stuff as before. 5 doomed to advance. Still have 1 agenda underneath this thing. Also, we'll go ahead and get rid of these clues because they should be removed. Cold Vacuum. I'm 3 to 3. Yeah, I'm fine with going just... let's do a Defiance. 4 to 3. We pass. Micrometeoroid. Alright, 3 to 3. This will do 2 damage or discard each event in my hand. I have a lot of events in my hand. 3 to 3. Yeah, we'll just go 3 to 3. We passed. Cool. Investigation phase. Alright. Let's start with Jenny. I'm going to go ahead and... So we have those symbols again, which is not going to help me. Alright, let's go ahead and do... I would like to kill this thing, but it's going to be tough with what I have. I can investigate 6 to 3 here. Yeah, let's just investigate 6 to 3. We pass by 3, so this will go back into my hand. And I get to auto-evade you and get this clue. Alright. I can now investigate this location if I want to, but I need to first do a easy mark. Gain 2 resources, draw a card. That I need. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and spend the 2 to get out the red clock, because good God do we need it. And this will go back to my hand at the end of my turn. Meanwhile, we'll go ahead and have Diana move down to here and get engaged by you. And we'll go to town on this. We're going to go ahead and attack with the 45 automatic. This will put us at 5 to 4. And I will commit delay the inevitable to go 6 to 4. Good luck. That is exactly enough, I think. I was at 5, I committed this. Yay for level 2 45 automatic. Okay, yeah, I got exactly what I needed. So, does 2 damage. Alright. And, we'll see if we can pull through on this. Alright, I will Lightning Bolts activate the Migo Scientist, because we still need to do stuff over here. Let's move the red square over to here and get that going. Alright, and then, yeah, unfortunately I won't be able to do any scans right now. Okay, so enemy phase. I'm going to get attacked. I will go ahead and do Survival Knife, go 5 to 4. It's just going to have to be 5 to 4 and hope for the best. We succeeded. We'll do 2 damage and kill this thing. And I get to grab something from my basement. Good times had by all. Alright. And then this guy, this guy stays engaged with me. I forgot about that. I mean, it was still exhausted, so it didn't do anything as far as attacking me is concerned. But now, upkeep. Mythos. First Doom. Migo experiments, test willpower, double willpower 3, reveal and resolve additional chaos token for this. For each point you fail by, take 1 horror. Okay, I'm just going to test 2 to 3. Alright, so I'm going to be taking 3 horror. I'll soak 1 of it with virtual access key. Spectral shield will soak 1, and then I'll take 1. And then draw a card and activate this. Okay, it's draw a card, then gain a resource. So I do draw this card, and then I gain a resource. And then this will go back up. Okay. So that happened. But I'm glad we got rid of the paranoia at least. Okay, and then over here, Call the Void, get Surge. Innocent Mishap again. It'll be nearest one of these guys. I don't think I want memories. You know what? I'll take 2 damage. Alright, investigation phase. Alright, I'll start with Jenny. Place one of these. I'm going to punch this thing. We'll go 7 to 2. I succeed, it dies. Okay. Then I'm going to True Awakening, grab this clue. And draw 2 cards. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and move over to here. And I'll take advantage of the free scan. So let's see what we got. So anything with a diamond, essentially. Not those. Diamond and square. Oh, sorry, this thing should have been take it to there. And then this will get added in. A hiding place. Got it. So this is what we need to deal with. While investigating, while the investigator is controlling K2PS187 is at this location, reduce its shroud by 2. When news broke out that the rioting was approaching the school, most of the children had already been hid. All right, 4 shroud, 2 clues, victory 1. Cool. I will go ahead and draw a card. For that. Okay. Pretty good. Let's see what else we can make happen here. So good news is I can go ahead and do a lightning bolt, Migo Scientist, move this back over here. So we can deal with that in the future. I am going to go ahead and spin 1 to fast out a Spectral Shield. And I'll move up 1. Actually, I won't move up at all. I'll stay right here and just gain 3 resources. That'll get me ready for next round. Alright, enemy phase, nothing going on there. Upkeep. Mythos, second Doom. Stalking Byakuya at the entrance tunnel. That's why I stayed here. Hunter alerts. After Stalking Byakuya attacks you, move it to the connecting location with the fused investigators. 2 combat, 2 health, 4 evade. Hits for 1 and 1. Close encounters. Put close encounters into play in your threat area and seal a random chaos token from the chaos bag on it. When you would succeed at a skill test, resolve this token sealed here as if it were also revealed during the skill test instead, and then discard it. Alright. We will seal the 0 on this, which is fine. Okay. Investigation phase. Alright, I'm going to start with Ginny. I want to place a token here and get my free move. I'm then going to go ahead and spend 2 to get out Stylish Coat. And then I'm going to play Easy Mark to get 2 resources and draw a card. And then use Stylish Coat to get another resource. And then I'm going to spend 4 resources to go ahead and get out Dr. Milan. Alright. That'll get us up and running for the future. Alright. Then we'll go to Diana. I can go 5-2 against this with a 45 automatic. I can go 5-2 with this with the 45 automatic. Alright, killed it. And then last action, I'll spend 4 to get out a Beat Cop. Alright. Upkeep. Oh, actually, I didn't do anything with Migo. Migo, let's move you over to this. There you go. And upkeep, it's going to refresh again. Okay. Backstab, Mythos, Third Doom. Also, I need to get these like all stacked up again. I apologize. Extraterrestrial Assault. Test Agility 6 for each point you fail by. Discard the top card of the encounter deck. Draw each enemy discarded by this effect. They're flapped rhythmically a horde of tame, trained, hybrid winged things, not altogether crows, nor buzzards, nor ants, but something I cannot and must not recall. Alright, 3-6? Or I can just shuffle this back in. Yeah, I'll just do 3-6. The biggest concern I have is drawing a skull. That is not a skull. But I do fail by 5. And this what is it to discard the top card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No enemies. I failed by 2, right? Yeah, failed by 5, sorry, yeah. And that was all of them. Cool. Next. Vicious Byakuya that spawns at the entrance tunnel. Alright, investigation phase. Jenny, let's place this and get 2 extra actions. And first action, we're going to spend 2 to get out Gias. I shall not commit cards during my turn. Alright, next I will investigate. 6 to 4. We pass and they have to resolve this token, so I'll release it. And I do pass, so I'll get a resource and then another one for Stylish Coat. And of course we get a clue. Alright. And then next I will investigate again, 6 to 4. We pass, we get a resource and a clue. And this will get added to the pile. Okay. Next, I'm going to go ahead and move on over and see if we can find another simulation. We'll take this free scan. So we're looking for triangles. Okay, that looks like the last triangle too. This is an accident. When you reveal a cultist token during a skill test at this location, take 1 damage. 3 Shroud, 2 clues. Their last real memory was just another monotonous day at work. The dangerous labor of collecting raw asteroidal material a few tethers away from drifting into space. Those were words that came out of my mouth. Alright, since that was a successful scan, I will draw a card. Okay, we got Pilfer. So I played, investigated, moved, scanned, and now I can move back. So I will move back. I'm not too worried about getting skull tokens here. Or cultist tokens, rather. That is it for her. As a lightning bolt, we'll go ahead and move the diamond over to this side. I did forget to do the memories thing, but honestly, I think I'm okay. Diana. So we've got a vicious Byakuya we need to deal with, and there's not much I can do about it. Actually, I do have a few things I can do about it. Alright. I'm going to stab this thing 6 to 4. And we'll go 7 to 4 for Enchanted Blade. Success. We do 1 damage. I'll try to stab it again. This time it'll just be 6 to 4. Good. 6 to 4 again. That is a pass, just barely, thanks to Beat Cop and Survival Knife. So 3 damage in total. We'll use Beat Cop to finish this thing off. Or I can just take it. You know what? We'll just take it. A little bit of an inefficient action, but that's really a kind of par for the course at this point. So enemy phase, I'll get attacked. I'll Survival Knife it and kill. Alright, upkeep. Hey, Green Man Medallion. We could put that to use. 4th Doom. Another Vicious Byakuya. Glad I have you at the entrance. Micro Meteoroid, we're 4 to 3 right now. I will spend 2 to go 7 to 3. We pass. Alright, investigation phase. I'm going to go ahead and start with Jenny. Take the resources, use Stylish Coat, get +1. I am going to go ahead and spin 4 to do Pilfer. This will be 8 to 3. And we'll go 9 to 3 with Bow Connected. Alright, I do pass. I will end up taking a damage though. Not much I can do about that. Is this successful investigate, so I do get a clue. Pilfer will go back into my hand, and I get both clues here. Alright. So I got all that going for us. Next we'll move over and do some scans here. So there are 4 cards left. Alright, I am going to go ahead and do the scan here and see if we can find anything. So we need Puff and Diamond. There's Diamond. Okay. And then everything else is in the communicator room. This is Fever Dream. Alright, 3 Shroud, 4 Clues. As additional cost to investigate Fever Dream, commit all eligible skill cards in your hand to that investigation. Joke's on you, I don't have skill cards. When Fever Dream is added to the victory display, record in your campaign log that you have witnessed the unconscious pandemonium. Okay. And I did successfully scan, so I will go ahead and I'll gain a resource. Because I have too many cards in my hand. Alright, so I investigated, I moved. Yeah, I did. I investigated, I moved, and I scanned, and then I can move back. Like so. And then at the end of the return, she'll get Pilfer back. Alright, Diana. Be nice to not have to deal with this vicious Byakuya every round. Well, we'll just stab him 3 times. That is a pass, pass, pass. Okay, enemy phase, I'm going to get attacked, I'll use Survival Knife. Pass. Alright. Oh, also, Lightning Bolt, I'll move stuff. We'll move one down to there. Alright, and then he'll upkeep, recover. Alright, I do need to discard a card. I'll discard Dr. Milan. Actually, no, I'll discard Lockpicks. Alright, Mythos, we will advance. Hello. Haita, the God of Shepherds. Abomination Humanoid Elite. 3 fight, 6 health, 3 evade. Spawns at entrance tunnel. Aloof, a retaliate hunter. When you would evade a Byakuya enemy at Haita's location, deal 2 damage to Haita instead. Then Haita cowered in his cave, his face hidden in his hands, and prayed that he alone might be punished for his sins and the world saved from destruction. So he's aloof. That's fun. Alright. Against the sun, more and more of the winged fiends descend along the glare of the sun. The number of predators is only increasing by the minute. Soon you'll be completely overwhelmed. 3 doomed to advance. It does not end if we advance, which is, I guess, the good news. Alright, bad cards. Miko and Spirit Mitts. I am 4-3. Oh, sorry, I forgot to do your upkeep. 4-3. I passed. Oh, sorry, I need to reveal another token. That is -1 in total, so I actually passed, just barely. It was +1 and -2. Good times. Okay, over here. Cold Vacuum. You handle this one. I'll gain a resource and give this to you. And, yeah, you can deal with that. So this is 4-3. I'm not going to commit anything. 4-3. I pass. Alright, investigation phase. I'm going to start with Jenny Barnes. First I will place this and get extra movement, which I'm not going to use. And then I'm going to try to succeed at stuff. I'm going to spend 4 resources to play Pilfer. This will put us at 4-3. I will spend 2 to go 7-3. So that is 5-3. So I do pass by 2, so this will get returned to my hand. But more importantly, I get 3 clues. I will gain a resource from Dr. Milan, and then Stylish Coat will give me another resource. And that was my first action. Second action, I will investigate normally, so this will be 6-3. I pass, I get a clue. And a resource, and this will go into this, and we note that we have witnessed the unconscious pandemonium. So we've done all the witnesses. Alright, And then this will go back to here. Cool. And then I'm just going to move down to here. And this Migo, unfortunately, is going to probably just do whatever, because I unfortunately cannot get to where I need to go. Anyway, Diana, we're going to go ahead and engage this guy. And then I'm going to proceed to stab him a bunch. 6 to 3. Good. 6 to 3. Also good. So 2 damage in total. I'll do a beat cop to do another damage. I will fast out a Sacred Oath. And then that'll be it. Enemy phase, I'm going to get attacked. I'm going to go ahead and spend 1 to negate it with a dodge. Gain a resource, draw a card. Actually, no. Let me take that back. Not that. I'm going to go ahead and do Survival Knife because I don't want to cancel the attack. Oh, actually, I can do this first and then decide. Okay, so 6 to 3. Okay, well, now I do it. So I should spend 1, dodge, gain a resource back, draw a card. Okay. And then I will have the Migo just move over to here. Alright, upkeep. Yeah, this guy will not move because I'm not evading him. Alright. Honed Instinct, could have used you sooner. Alright, gain a Doom. Draw a card, close encounters. We will need to get a random token here. Okay, it's going to be a 0. And then over here we get Toxic Pits. We're going to be 8 to 3. And I have to reveal 2 tokens. Alright, I do take 1 horror, which I will put here. This is 4, so I do pass by 1. Alright. Investigation phase. I'm going to go ahead and start with Jenny. I will place this and get 2 extra actions. I'm then going to move down to here. I'm going to go ahead and scan using the free scan here. So, yeah, this one. Alright, so hiding place is in the victory display. You jog their memory by recounting the events of their abduction. They describe hearing news of the cultists spreading biological agents of some sort throughout the streets during the riots. Add this to the victory display. Done. This was a successful, scan. So I will go ahead and gain a resource and then use Stylish Coat to get another resource. Then I will, as a lightning bolt, I'm going to, as a lightning bolt, I'll exhaust this Migo to activate this location. To scan again, we're looking for Diamond now, which will be this one. All right, when the communicator crackles into life, it sounds the murmured hymns of a chant. You realize that this brain must have belonged to one of the cultists. If you have 4 or more memories, which I do, I have 5. You try to remind the cultists of the sacred mission to awaken the royal princess of Carcosa. To your surprise, they denounce the existence of Talsilda. They believe that only the inevitable Haster could direct the great play that is the universe. So we do get an impending doom, so we're at 3 now. And we add it to the victory display. Okay, so what we need to do now is we need to move a brain from this location and then get the last one over. All right. So that was a lightning bolt. That was a free scan. I moved over. I'm going to go ahead and move over to here. And I'm going to move a brain to there. Then move a brain to here. And then I'm going to move back. Luckily, there's no limit for that. All right, we might be able to just beat the clock, just barely. Diana, you have a job. So, yeah, Diana, I guess as a lightning bolt, I could have done this. I won't worry about it. All right, Diana, your mission is to hit this guy as hard as you can. All right, vicious blow. This will be 8 to 3. All right, -2, so that is 6 to 3. So I definitely do 3 damage and kill this guy. Also, this 0 gets resolved. All right, I am going to go ahead and move twice over to here. I will lightning bolt activate alien aid. I will take 2 horror. So one of it's going to get soaked by spectral shield, which I will use my ability for. Do that. And then the other will get soaked by this. And then I will ready the Migo Scientist. And then I'm going to lightning bolt activate the Migo Scientist to scan. The miner. When the communicator connects to the brain cell, actually, I'll make sure I have this right. Yeah, equal sign and this location. Yep. When the communicator connects to the brain cylinder, all you hear is screaming, "Ah, I'm falling, I'm falling." Perhaps the disembodiment was too much for the fragile human mind to grasp. If adrift in spaces in the victory display, which it is, you gently convince them that they are no longer drifting through space, that they are finally at rest. Somehow the voice is relieved and sighs. When you ask about the cultists that abducted them, they tell you all that you remember. Add this card to the victory display. Yeah, so if you, I think the first time I played this one, now I think I may have done this one like first or second. I don't remember which one, but when I first did this one, I had someone waste a lot of time doing the communicator first, but you pretty much need to do the other two. You have to do memory scanner and dream diagnostics before you do communicator. In any case, we did get all the we got all the victory. Now that is not enough to advance. We need to get out of here now. All right. And I didn't get any clues with you, so that didn't do anything. All right, upkeep. I'm good to go on that. All right. Mythos, Final Doom. Second Doom. Parasite. And Stalking Byakuya, which will be at the entrance tunnel. Okay. Investigation phase. I'm just going, with Diana, I'm just going to move twice, and I will take the 2 hits here. Actually, I'll do a deny existence for one of them. Actually, I can do it like this. Yeah, I'll deny existence one of them. Gain a resource, draw a card. And that was a move. I'll move again, and I'll just take the damage. And then I'm going to resign. All right, and then Jenny, go ahead and get the extra resource. I'm just going to move twice and resign. And that should be it. All right. Yeah, we almost ran out of time, which would have probably given us some Doom or something. And there was only 6 cards left in the encounter deck, and it looks like we got all the victory. All right. If each defeated investigator has resigned, advance. Over the Moon. If the current agenda is Agenda 3 or 4, it is 4. You sneak out of the facility while the extraterrestrial swarm is distracted and return to your vessel. Behind you, a large translucent shield covers the entrance to the tunnel. Within moments, the Miguel facility begins its retaliation. A spew of green gas releases into the facility, eradicating the remaining predators. Alright, cool. So Resolution 2. On board the Tatterdemalion, you try to decipher the meaning of the various glimpses you've seen within the alien facility, but nothing strikes you as particularly significant. A thorough search of the cargo hold reveals a stack of the golden discs that were exchanged during the transaction. You fiddle with them and try to combine them in various orientations, but they don't appear to have any use other than the value of the material itself. There is still much you don't know. And with resolve, you prepare for the next expedition. If there are 3 story cards in your victory display, record in the campaign log that you uncovered the cultist's inhumane methods. And we'll get our 3rd Elder token. Alright, if a copy of Migo Scientist is in the victory display, record that you are not in good standing with the Migos. Otherwise, record that you are allied with the Migo. We did not kill the Migo, so allied with Migo. Alright. We do get another tally mark. We're at 4 pending doom. And we will get victory X. So our total victory is 8, it looks like. Yeah, there were a few victory zeros. Yep. So 8. Diana did have 1 bank, so she's at 9. And then Jenny is going to get +3 for Karen's Obel and great work. Alright. So then we go to page 10 again, but this time we have everything done. So we go to Interludes, Introspection. The strange quantum shards, the golden disk obtained from the Migo, the cryptic message from Earth. Despite traveling throughout the solar system to uncover these individual pieces of the puzzle, you still can't seem to fit them together into one big picture. There is a key element missing, a connective tissue that will make sense of it all. Of course, there's also still one place you know for certain contains all of your answers, but you fear what you might find there, and that place is your own mind. Deep within your own subconscious, you can feel a shimmer of the cultist you embody. Imprisoned in the edges between your thoughts, you know for certain that the other version of you remembers how to find fragment. Entering one's own virtual mind is particularly dangerous, as any small mistake could send you spiraling into insanity. But you're ready to confront your past once and for all. With the help of K2PS187, the cryo chamber's dream protocols are once again tinkered with to access your own personal memories this time. You lie back down in the cryo chamber once more. With a flick of a switch, you begin to fall back into unconsciousness. So if you want to, you can actually take some time, in which case you'll get +1 memory, but +1 impending doom. We're not going to do that. You can also spin memory to do a side standalone scenario, which I'm not going to do. And then we're going to get a -3 token. And if the investigators have uncovered the cult's inhumane methods, we go Introspection 1. Memories of your past life come flooding back to you. Horrible visions of launching missiles into mining outposts, spreading mimetic biological viruses and other unspeakable evils upon humanity. The cultists that you used to be must answer for their atrocities, and you are more than ready to finally extinguish their presence within you. So for this next scenario, we will be starting with an additional resource and an additional card in our hand. All right, so with that, let me go ahead and spend some XP. All right, 9 XP for Diana. I'm going to go ahead and upgrade the remaining Deny Existence to level 5 and one of my wards to level 5 for a total of 8 experience because of Down the Rabbit Hole, reducing each of those by 1. All right. And then I did have a brief mistake with Jenny. I did forget to put the Pilfer back into my hand, which would have resulted in me just discarding a card. It honestly would not have made a difference. Anyway, 11 experience. I'm going to go ahead and spend go ahead and spend that last point on Honed Instinct for free with Down the Rabbit Hole. I'm going to go ahead and take Killer Instinct, so whenever an enemy engages, it will also trigger it. I guess the other option is just take Damage or Horror. I don't exactly like that one. Yeah, I'll do Killer Instinct. Anyway, I'm also going to go ahead and upgrade my 1 backstab to level 3, which will cost 2 because of Down the Rabbit Hole. And then I'm going to go ahead and replace my Well Connected with Ace in the Hole, which is exceptional, so it's going to cost a total of 7 with Down the Rabbit Hole. Well Connected is nice, it's just not something good for a big money deck that's not hoarding. And I'm not hoarding, instead I'm spending all my money on everything. So it is what it is. So this was 0, 2, 9, so I have 2 XP remaining. And Dinah's going to have 1 remaining. But yeah, Well Connected is just, like, I barely used it. I think I used it once. I just like I like spending the money on pilfers and using Streetwise. It's just a lot easier. So Ace in the Hole will be a nice boost whenever I just need to run around and do stuff. But yeah, I definitely have been making some tweaks to this deck, because there's definitely things I don't really need in it. It might be okay to start with Well Connected, just for like the first scenario, but after that you don't really need it. Anyway, so yeah, we'll be starting with an additional resource and an additional card on the next scenario. And yeah, the machine in yellow is a pretty fun one. It's definitely a trip down memory lane. So, I am the Depressed Hero. This was Arkham for the card game, doing Dark Matter custom campaign with Diana Stanley and Jenny Barnes. I'll see you guys next time.